Welcome to Darjil Learning Hub. Dear friends, in the last two episodes we have seen what is called vector space and what is subspace. Now in this third episode, let us see what is span, what is the linear combination of vectors, and when will we call a vector is linear dependent and linearly independent. Okay, with this information we will pass on the topic. So first of all, let us see what is called the span of a vector space. Already you know what is vector space. Now let us see what is called the span of a vector space. V be a vector space and is a non-empty subset of V. A vector V which belongs to V is called a linear combination of vectors of S if there exists a finite number of vectors u1, u2, etc. u1 in S and some scalars a1, a2, etc. an in F such that this V from V, capital V, can be written as a1 u1 plus a2 u2 plus etc. an un. So if V, this particular V, I can show you the vector V which belongs to capital V. We are going to call the small v is a linear combination, or another word for this linear combination is span. Span of vectors. So see, if we are going to tell this V is a linear combination of the vectors and the scalars, means we have to write this V, particular V is a linear combination of these vectors u1, u2, etc. u1 and a1, a2, etc. an of the form a1 u1 plus a2 u2 plus etc. plus an un. This is called a linear combination because linear means the in an equation if the degree is 1 it is called a linear equation. So an important example of a linear equation is y equal to mx plus c. Correct? So here x, the power of x is 1. Here also our vectors were u1, u2, etc. all its degree is 1. That's why it is called a linear combination. So suppose we will write, we can able to write a vector is of this combination, then it is called, the vector is called a span of the vectors. Okay, yeah. So V be a vector space, S is non-empty subset. We are taking a vector V from capital V, and we are going to tell V is a linear combination of vectors of S, means there exists a finite number of vectors u1, etc. un and scalars a1, etc. an, and the combination is of the form a1 u1 plus a2 u2, etc. plus an un. See, that is what called a linear combination of vectors. Our actual definition is span. So let us be a non-empty subset of vector space V. The span of S is the set consisting of all linear combination of vectors in S. For convenience, we define span of empty set as singleton set 0. A subset S of a vector V generates or spans V if span of S is equal to V. Actually, span means it is nothing but the collection of, or it is nothing but a set consisting of all linear combination of vectors. So in the previous slide we saw what is called a linear combination. So the collection of whole linear combination is called the span. So now in this third definition we shall see when we will call these vectors from V is called a linearly independent and it is called a linearly dependent. So these are the two important definition, which is called linearly dependent vectors and linearly independent vectors. Okay, we shall see one by one. Very simple. We are familiar with the combination which is of this form a1 u1 plus a2 u2 etc. an un equal to 0. This combination is called a linear combination, or the collection of these linear combination is called the span. So the collection of linear combinations is called a span. Okay, yeah. Now in this collection or in this linear combination, if all its scalars, say we have explained these u1, u2, etc. un are all distinct vectors, different vectors, and all a1, a2, etc. an are called scalars, not all scalars. So to this linear combination, if the scalars not all zero, that means there are n scalars, at least one is not equal to 0 also, we can call this vectors u1, u2, etc. u1 are called linearly dependent. Okay, yeah? If all of its scalars are 0, all ai's where I equal to 1 to etc. n equal to 0 means this vectors, these vectors u1, u2, etc. u1 are called linearly independent. If sum of its ai's are not 0, that means at least one is not equal to 0, then it is called linearly dependent. So then it is called linearly dependent. So explicitly we can say if a1 equal to a2 equal to etc. equal to an equal to 0 means it is called linearly independent. If not, if any a1 equal to 0, a2 equal to 0, etc. a5 0 and a6 not equal to 0, then a7 till etc. an equal to 0. See, only one is not equal to 0. At least one. That means what? At least one ai is 0, not equal to 0, not 0, then it is called linearly dependent. At least one means greater than or equal to 1. That means 1 a not equal to 0 or 2 a not equal to 0 or minimum 1, maximum any. So that so if any ai's is not equal to 0 of this linear combination or this of this span, then we can call the collection of these vectors are linearly dependent if all of its scalars of this linear combination of vectors is 0, then it is called linearly independent. So both the definitions are very important. With the information we can solve some of the problems. The first problem, which is from the vectors in r power 3. So you know what is r power 3? R power 3 means collection of element belongs to r power 3, which is of the form x1, x2, that x is nothing but x1, x2, x3. This is what the elements in r power 3. So initially you know what is r power 2. In r power 2 you know the elements are all pair 2 2 each. So in r power 3 elements are like this 3 each. Okay, yeah. So for each of the following list of vectors in r power 3, determine whether the first vector can be expressed as a linear combination of the other two. The question is very simple. So we are going to check whether the first vector of these collections. So there are 4 or 5 problems are given. So let me tell the first question. The first vector can be written as -2 0 3, can be written as the linear combination of these two. Linear combination means we can take one non-zero scalar and multiply with this vector plus another non-scalar with the vector 2 4 minus 1. So we are going to check whether this vector can be written as the linear combination of other two vectors. This is the linear combination of two vectors. I'll clearly I'll tell you how do you follow this. The thing is, you have to find the unknown and check the unknown whether it is satisfied or not. If it is satisfied, we can say it is the, so because these two, after getting the values of a and b, when you put it in this relation, that should satisfy. So if so, we can say the first vector can be written as the linear combination of the other two. Similarly, you have the remaining problems also. We shall see the first question. Let us choose the first vector as -2 0 3 as x and the second and third vector as x1 and x2. Correct? x1 1 3 0, we can call it as x1 and x2. So let x is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2. See, we know that the first vector is this. The first vector can be written as the linear combination of the other two were mentioned as x1 and x2. So the linear combination of other two means a1, it's a scalar into the second vector, which we have given the name of the second vector as x1 and the name of the third vector as x2. So the linear combination of these two vector, it is familiar, one unknown into x1 plus some other unknown into x2. Here all having suffix 1 2, so we shall choose a1 and a2 are the scalars. So a1 x1 plus a2 x2, let us choose this and we will substitute it. X is -2 0 3, x1 is 1 3 0, x2 is 2 4 minus 1. So now this is nothing but a1 comma 3a1 comma 0, because we are multiplying this with the a1. Similarly, plus 2a2 comma 4a2 comma minus a2. And the next step, let us add, because it is coordinate addition. So a1 plus 2a2 comma 3a1 plus 4a2, right? And then 0 minus a2. So this is what called the coordinate wise addition. Coordinate wise addition. Coordinate wise addition. The term, it is called coordinate wise addition. There are three coordinates because it is from r power 3. First and first plus second and second plus third and third. See, 1, the first one is 2, comma 3 is the second place. Similarly, second place is 4, comma 0 and this one. Okay, yeah. So now we have this relation, but so there are two vectors which are equal automatically. The first place of RHS equal to first place of LHS. Similarly, the middle place of RHS is middle place of the LHS. Similarly, the third place of the RHS is third place of the LHS. So likewise, we will equate and we will be getting a1 plus 2 a2 is minus 2, 3a1 plus 4a2 is 0, and minus a2 is 3. So knowing minus a2 is also from this a2 equal to minus 3, right? Yeah. Then knowing a2, let us put it in this equation number 1. Substitute a2 as minus 3. You will get a1 equal to minus 2 a2. So minus 2. See, equation number 1 is a1 is equal to minus 2 a2. Already we have what is a2. So it is minus 2. What is a2 is minus 3. So now it is minus 2 plus 6. So this is equal to 4. Therefore, a1 is minus 3, a2 is minus 3, a1 is 4. Both are the values of a1 and a2. And then choose these two value and put it in the equation, any one of these two equation, a2. So we are having the second, we used first and 3. So put it in the second equation. So 3, what is a1? 4 plus 4 into minus 3. So what is the answer? 12 minus 12, it is 0. So these values of a1 and a2 satisfies this relation. Therefore, this linear combination is true. This linear combination is true. Therefore, we can say the first vector can be written as the linear combination of the other two. The first vector can be written as the linear combination of the other two. So while completing the problem, substitute what is a1 and a2 in this relation. So initially we have chosen what is x, no? It is let x equal to a1 x1 and a2 x2. Finally here this is the place you have to substitute a1 and a2 after checking it. So this is what the first part of the question. Similarly, the second question is, we in the similar manner we can move the first vector can be call it as 3 4 1 as x and x1 x2. The remaining vectors will be defined or denoted as x1 and x2. And let us choose in the similar manner. Let us choose x is equal to this, and then you will be getting a1 x1 plus a2 x2. Okay, yeah? Then solving, we will find out what is a1 and a2, and then you take these two values and substitute this equation number 1 r2 while putting in this equation number 1. Your RHS is 3, but while providing a1 is minus 5, so it is minus 5 minus 12. Minus 5 minus 12 is what? Minus 17, but is minus 17 not equal to 3. So yeah, it is shown here. So therefore these two values are not correct. So we got these two from this linear combination only. We got these two values from this linear combination. X is equal to, so see, this is what we have chosen. From this only we got these two, a1 and a2. But after getting those values, that answer is not true. Therefore this is not possible. Therefore our conclusion is, the second question, we cannot write the first vector cannot be written as the linear combination of the other two. Similarly, we are having problems with the polynomials. So because you will expect problems from this section also, 3 models. The first model is enough to know the rest of the 2 models also. Anyhow, we shall see another problem If the given vectors are like polynomials, let us see how do you check whether the first vector can be expressed as the linear combination of the other two. For each list of polynomials in P3 of R, determine whether the first polynomial can be expressed as a linear combination. See, the previous problem we saw, which is vector. First vector can be first element from R power 3 we saw. Now it is from P3 of R. You know, P3 of R means polynomial of the biggest degree is 3. So, you know, generally Pn of R means polynomial of degree n. Polynomial with a degree n. So, that is what generally called Pn of R. It is from P3 of R. So, we are having polynomials from P3 of R. We shall see one by one. In the similar way, we will see. It is very simple. Let we call the first expression or polynomial as or vector as V. Second one as E1 and E2, because we cannot use x1, x2 because we are having the polynomial too many x, so we can move with some other name. So if you don't like to move with the E1, E2, you can move with some other names also, L1, L2 or whatever you like, you can move. But the concept will not change. You should not change the concept. Okay, the rest of the part is with you. So we called the first one as V, the second and third as E1 and E2. So let us take a linear combination. So let the first vector is equal to the linear combination of the other two. So with the scalars A1 and A2, A1, E1, A2, A2. Correct? This is what the linear combination of the two vectors. So now let us put A1 into E1. E1 is x cube plus 2x square minus x plus 1. A2 into this is equal to AV. What is V? X cube minus 3x plus 5. Now let us simplify and let us remove the bracket, and equating we will find out the values of the unknown A1 and A2. See, x cube, the coefficient x cube is A1 plus A2, which is equal to 1. Similarly, coefficient x square is this, coefficient x is this constant term. Equating, we got these four relations, and then solving, we found A1 is 3. How do you get? Because see, A1 is equal to 3. From this itself, we can say A1 is equal to 3. If A1 is equal to 3, substitute here A2 equal to A1 minus 5. So that is equal to 3 minus 5 is equal to minus 2. That is what A2 equal to minus 2. Correct? A1 3, A2 minus 2. So now let us put these two in the relation, any one of these four equations. So let us substitute 1 and 2. A1 and A2, the values of A1 and A2 put it in the relations either 1 or 2 or 1 and 2 while putting, you got it is okay, it satisfies this. Therefore, these two values will satisfy the equations 1 and 2. Automatically we can say the first vector can be written as the linear combination of the other two. It is true. So in the similar way we can see the remaining sums also. The first vector can be denoted as V, and V1 and E2 are the remaining two vectors. Let us choose this linear first vector is equal to the linear combination of the other two. It is of the form A1 E1 plus A2 E2. So then substituting, equating the coefficients x cube, x square, x and x power 0 means constant term. See, if you want, I can write here. It is A1 x cube minus 2A1 x square plus 3A1 x minus A1 plus A2 x cube minus 2A2 x plus 3A2, which is equal to x cube minus 8x square plus 4x. Now let us combine x cube term together, so that you will be getting A1 plus A2 into x cube. See, there are two terms, x cube term. Combine together A1 plus A2 into x cube, and the next square term minus 2A1, only one term is x square term, into x square over the next term is 3A1 minus 2A2 into x. The remaining is constant term, it is minus A1 then plus 3A2, which is equal to the RHS, which is x cube minus 8x square plus 4x. So RHS there is a cubic polynomial, LHS also a cubic polynomial, equating the a1 plus a2 is the coefficient of x cube in the LHS. Similarly 1 is the coefficient of x cube in the RHS. So a1 plus a2 equal to 1. Minus 2a1 equal to minus 8. 3a1 minus 2a2 equal to 4. Constant term, there is no constant term in the polynomial, so automatically minus a1 plus 3a2 equal to 0. That is what these four equations. Now let us solve these four and we will find out the values of the unknown a1 and a2. Solving, we got a1 is 4 and a2 equal to minus 3, and then we will put these two values in any one of the equation. All should satisfy, but if we put it in equation number 3, these two values are not true, because the RHS of equation number 3 is 4, while providing these two values it is 18, but 18 not equal to 4. Therefore this relation is not possible. Thus we conclude that in the second problem, this v particular v cannot be expressed as the linear combination of the other two vector. So the relation is not correct. That is the meaning. Fine. Similarly, we shall see another problem. This is an important problem like concept also. Show that if S1 and S2 are arbitrary subsets of a vector space V, then span of S1 union S2 is nothing but span of S1 plus span of S2. Span means linear combination of the collection of linear combination of the union of two sets. It is nothing but a linear combination of the first set plus linear combination of the second set. See, this union it is possible, but in intersection it is not possible, because already you are familiar with the concept which is called the union of two sets. So for example, let us consider A is a set having elements and B is a set having elements. If you are familiar with the union of two sets, union is nothing but collection of x such that this x belongs to A or x belongs to B and both. Correct? That means we have to collect the elements from A as well as B. If we have the same elements in A and B, we will choose only from A. We won't repeat the elements and we will add. Suppose for both, the meaning of the term both means, for example, if we have A with 1, 2, 3 and B with 4, 5, 6 means what about the collection of this A union B? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That's why the word both. Suppose if we have the set A with 1, 2 and B with 1, 2, 3. So that means what is A union B? 1, 2, 3. Because A already having 1, 2, but in B also 1, 2 is already existing. So we cannot repeat it. So 1, 2, 3 is our A union B. So either A or B or both. This is what the meaning of the term. Here it is possible. So the linear combination of union of two sets is equal to linear combination of the first set but linear combination of the second. It is possible. Normally it is possible. So we have a problem also. So this is the proof. We want to span means it is nothing but the linear combination. Actually we have to prove L of S1 union S2 equal to L of S1 plus L of S2. This is what our problem. We want to prove this. To prove, so it is nothing enough to prove L of, because it is from set. Set means if you want to prove two sets are equal, if you want to prove this means it is enough to prove A contained in B and B contained in A. This is what the relation are combining these two. If we will prove these two concepts, automatically this is nothing but A equal to B. Similarly, L of S1 union S2 is a set is equal to L of S1 plus S2. We can call it as some A, this is B. Suppose if we want to prove A equal to B means L of S1 union S2 contained in L of S1 plus L of S2 and L of S1 plus L of S2 contained in L of S1 union S2. This is what we want to prove. Instead of proving this L of S1 union S2 equal to L of S1 plus L of S2, it is enough to prove these two. To prove this, it is enough to prove this. So to prove this, we can take an element from this LHS and we will prove that element should be in the RHS. See, I can tell you, if suppose for example to prove A contained in B, if you want to prove this means we have to take an element from A, let A, and to prove, then we prove the same X belongs to B. If we prove this, taking an element from A, and when we will prove the same element in B means we have this relation. Correct? So in that way we will prove one by one. So for that we can, if we want to prove this first means we can take an element from S1 union S2 and we will prove that same element belongs to L of S1 and L of S2. So let us see here, let X belongs to L of S1 union S2. L of S1 union S2 means it is the linear combination of union of two sets S1 and S2. So that implies there exists X1, X2, etc. Xn belongs to S1 and S2, and scalars from F, we have this particular X is nothing but the linear combination of elements from this union. Already I have explained what is the union of two sets. So it is AI, Xi from I equal to 1 to n. So from this collection we have elements either from S1 or S2 or both. So that's why we have divided these two with the two term, Aj Xj plus Ak Xk. All Xi's, Xj's, so we can call it as Xj's from S1, Xk's from S2. So this means this is separately, when you look this, it is nothing but the linear combination of vectors. This is also the linear combination of vectors. So these vectors are from S1, so we can call this as linear combination of S1. This is linear combination of X2 because these vectors Xk is from S2. So this is what linear combination of S2. So we have taken an element from L of S1 union S2 and we proved the same element belongs to L of S1 and L of S2. So therefore we come to the conclusion that L of S1 union S2 contained in L of S1 plus L of S2. The similar way we want to prove this L of S1 plus L of S2. So this is what the second condition we want to prove. We are going to prove L of S1 plus L of S2 containing L of S1 union S2 means let us choose an element from L of S1 plus S2 and we will prove this is the same element also belongs to L of S1 union S2. So let us choose an element from L of S1 plus L of S2. See, let Z belongs to L of S1 plus L of S2. Let Z belongs to L of S1 plus L of S2. So Z is of the form X plus Y, right? Because this X belongs to L of S1 and Y belongs to L of S2. That is what here written. So since X belongs to L of S1 means what? The span of S1. So that's why this is X can be written as sigma Aj Xj. And Y belongs to L of S2 means it is the span of S2. That is the linear combination of vectors of S2. So therefore we can write this Y as Ak Xk. Adding, because it is sum of linear combination of vectors, this is also summation. So adding, we can add both, or we can write this as normally it is possible Aj Xj plus Ak Xk. It is possible because sum is possible. So combining these two, this is nothing but Ai Xi where I equal to 1 to n. Both Ai, Aj, Ak all together with this summation, so or combined it is Ai Xi. Automatically it is from S1 S2. So this Xi belongs to S1 union S2. So we chosen the element from L of S1 plus L of S2 and we proved the same belongs to L of S1 union S2. Therefore we have this relation. This is equation number 2. Already we have proved the relation which is L of S1 union S2 contained in L of S1 plus L of S2. This is what we proved and we called it as equation number 1. Using equation number 1 and this 2 both are equal. That is what we proved, L of S1 union S2 equal to L of S1 plus L of S2. So this is an important and easiest problem under span. So similarly before while I will explain the problem in union, I told this is not possible. See, let S1, S2 be subsets of a vector space V, then we cannot, or the span of S1 intersection S2 is not possible. But in a union, and the previous problem is in union, there it is possible. L of S1 union S2 is nothing but L of S1 plus L of S2. But in intersection it is not possible. S1 intersection S2 not equal, not possible. L of S1, it is not possible. So here the possibility is L of S1 intersection L of S2. It is L of S1 intersection L of S2 is not possible, but which is possible? Contained in is possible. This is possible. That is what the problem. So give an example in which span of S1 intersection S2 and span of S1 and intersection span of S2 are equal, and one in which they are unequal. So let us give. So it is prove the span of it is contained in. Okay. Let us see. So let suppose Vxy belongs to S1, Vxz belongs to S2. So what about the intersection of two sets? I have explained what is union. What about the intersection of two sets? A intersection B. A and B are two sets. What is the intersection of two sets? Collection of X such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. Should both having, okay, X and Y. So for example, let us collect one element A from the set A as 1, 2, 3, 4 and B as 5, 6. So what is the intersection of two sets? So in the collection, our X should be belongs to A and B, both. Okay, here 1, 2, 3, 4 is A, 5, 6 is B. So there is no common element. So it is empty. Suppose if you are having 4, 5, 6 means what is the A intersection of this case? A intersection B, it is 4, because here 4 having, here also 4 having. Fine, that is what the meaning of the term intersection of two sets. We shall be using this information. Let us see. V x y belongs to S1. This is what we have chosen, suppose, and V x z belongs to S2. Automatically V and X, see, V and X, here also V and X, both belongs to S1. So the V and X are common to S1 and S2. Therefore V and S belongs to S1 and S2. Fine. And so A into V, linear combination, A into V plus B into X belongs to span. Both are intersection having means automatically we can write it, the linear combination also belongs to this intersection. That is what the span, called a span. Correct? Now AV plus BX plus CY belongs to span of S1, and AV plus BX plus DZ belongs to span of S2. So these are the three elements in S1, these are three elements S2. Let us make a linear combination, that is what span of S1. We can make a linear combination, that is what span of S2. That is what these two. The linear combination of elements in S1, linear combination of elements in S2. So that is why we have written span. Then span of S1 intersection span of S2 will include all vectors of the form, because the intersection include AV plus BX plus CY plus AV plus BX plus DZ. Okay, all should include these vectors. In this case, CD equal to 0. Correct? Span of S1 intersection will include all vectors of the form AV plus BX plus CY plus DZ, where C and D are equal to 0. If C and D not equal to 0 means we cannot tell. If C is 0, D 0 means AV plus BX both belongs to V and X, both belongs to S1 and S2. Okay, yeah, but Y belongs to S1 alone, Z belongs to S2. Y and Z are not in the collection, so therefore these two will not come in the intersection collection also, but we will considering C and D as 0, we can write. So therefore where C, D 0 means we can say these are the four elements which belongs to span of S1 and span of S2. Automatically we have chosen an element from a span of S1 intersection S2, and we have proved that it belongs to span of S1 intersection span of S2. Hence we can have this relation. So in the problem you and add one or two answer, one or two problems with the span union when intersection when it is possible. You can select some important, or you illustrate some of the particular cases, okay, of problems with the intersection also true. Now let us see the next problem. In each part, determine whether the given vector is in the span of S. So we are going to check each case, determine given vector. This is the given vector, this is the span which is given. We will check whether this is in this span, having this span having or not. Similarly, this is ordinary case, vector form, polynomial form, matrix form. So same model with the different types of problems we shall see one by one. We are going to check whether the given vector is in the span or not. How do you check? The same procedure. Let us choose the first one as X, and the second is the collection of elements in S span. So let us see, that means it is nothing but the linear combination. Span means collection or linear combination. Now let us take the first one. First vector is equal to the linear combination of the other two vector. So that means X is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2. This is x1, vector x1. This is vector s2, x2. This is vector x2. This is vector x1. So we can write a1 x1 plus a2 x2. And simplifying, we found a2 as minus 1 and a1 as 1. Solving. So a1 1 and a2 as minus 1. We will put it in this relation. It is satisfied because put a1 as 1, it is 2. Plus a2 as minus 1. Minus 2 plus 2 plus minus 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, these two values satisfied automatically. We can say this X belongs to this linear combination. So the given vector is in the span of S. It is true. Similarly, let us check. So in the second question, it is a polynomial case. So let us call the first one as V, and the second first one as, consider it as V, and the given span with the vectors, call it as E1, E2 and E3. Let us choose, because it is, these are the elements vectors from span. So that is what the linear combination of three vectors. It is of the form a1 e1 plus a2 e2 plus a3 e3. V is equal to this. Similarly, expand, multiply, and then expand, and you solve. You will be getting four relations. A1 is equal to, a1 is the coefficient x3. In the LHS it is a1, RHS it is 2. Similarly, a1 plus a2 is the coefficient x square. From, you can get it from RHS, it is minus 1. a1 plus a2 plus a3 is the coefficient x. You can get the RHS is from 1. Similarly, this is the constant term. Equating, we will be getting four equations solving. See, a1 is 2. Automatically put a1 here. What is a2? a2 is equal to minus 1 minus a1. That is equal to minus 1 minus 2. That is equal to minus 3. a2 equal to minus 3, a1 equal to 2. And substitute any one of the equation. 1. a1 is what? 2. 2. a2 is minus 3. We should know a3 also. While solving, we will find out a3. a3 is equal to 2. So substitute, you will get minus 2 minus 3 plus 2 cancel. So 4 minus 3, it is equal to 1. But our RHS is 3, so not equal to 3. Therefore, these vectors not satisfied. Automatically we can say for this particular problem, the first vector is not in the span of S. Similarly, we can see a problem with the matrix form. Let us call the first matrix as X, the remaining is X1, X2, X3. All the elements are matrix form. The previous problem is all the elements are polynomial form. The first model is all the elements are vector form. So now let us say, because these three vectors are, these three elements are from the span, so that means that is a linear combination. Let it be a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3. So this is what the relation which we have to choose. Substitute x as 1, 2, minus 3, 4, and a1 into this, a2 into this matrix, and a3 is simplifying. a1 into 1 is a1, a1 into 0 is 0, minus a1 0, it is 0, a2 0, a2, a3 0 0. Adding adding, we will get this. I can write here a single matrix a1 plus 0 plus a3. So it is a1 plus a3, 0 plus a2 plus a3. So a2 plus a3, minus a1 plus 0 plus 0. So it is minus a1, 0 plus a2 plus 0. So it is a2. This is what the addition of three matrices. Then equate a1 plus a3 as 1, a2 plus a3 as 2, minus a1 as minus 3, a2 as 4. This is what we have written here. If a1 is 3, this implies a1 is 3. Put a1 3 here. So what is a3? 1 minus 3, it is 2. So a2 is a1. Substitute here a3. Substitute a1 as 3 here. a3 equal to 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. a3 equal to minus 2. So a1, a3, a2 all are ready. Put it in the relation. Any one of the relations. Substitute here. a2 as 4, a3 as minus 2. 4 minus 2 equal to 2. It is okay. So therefore we come to the conclusion that this relation is possible. This relation means, let x is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 x3. This x belongs to the collection of these three vectors. So similarly, another problem in the similar way, a1 into first matrix, a2 into second matrix, a3 into third matrix. Solving, we can find out a1 0, a2 1. Put these two values in any one of the relation. a1 0 and a2 1. a3 s. What is a3? a1 0 means what is a3? a3 also 1. Substitute here 1. a3 also 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. But here it is 0. So not equal to 0. Therefore these values are not correct. Therefore this particular x cannot be belongs to this span. So that's why we can conclude the problems under this section. So next model is determine whether the following sets are linearly independent. So initially we saw what is called a span or what is called a linear combination, and the next definition which we have seen is linearly independent and linearly dependent. Just I can recollect, when the linear combination with the all scalars, if the linear combination with the all scalars are equal to 0 means we can call it as linearly independent. Some AIs are not 0 means it is called linearly dependent. So the same definition we will apply, and we will determine whether the following sets are linearly independent or dependent. So these are the three types of three problems. All are belongs to, or all are in the form of matrices. We shall see one by one. See the first question. First matrix is x, second matrix is y. So now we can write, take this y, make this as some x, taking 2 outside, minus 2 outside, you will be getting 1, minus 3, minus 2, 4. That is nothing but x. So we can write, this means y plus 2x equal to 0. That means a1 equal to 1 or 2, and b a2 as 1. So both are a1 not equal to 0, a2 also not equal to 0. Therefore these two vectors are not linearly independent. So it is linearly dependent. Some a's are not equal to 0 means it is linearly dependent. Therefore we got this. Okay, yeah. Second, look at the second question. We can call the first vector as u1 u2. Take the linear combination a1 u1 plus a2 u2 and equal to 0. Solving, a1 into u1, a2 into u2. Multiply, it is a1 minus a1 minus a1 4a1. Right, it is minus a2 2a2 minus 4a2. Adding a1, so if you want we can write here a1 minus 2a2. First row second element is 2 minus 2a1 plus a2, and second row first element is minus a1 minus a1 plus 2a2, 4a1 minus 4a2 equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. So therefore a1 minus 2a2 0, minus 2a2 plus a1 plus a2 0, a1 plus 2a2 0, 4a1 minus 4a2 0. This is what the four relations, we can call it as equations 1, 2, 3, 4. Solving, we found a1 0, a2 0. Both the scalars are 0. Automatically we can say it is called, it is the linear combination with the all scalars are 0 means it is called linearly independent. Similarly, the third problem u1, u2, u3, u4, take the linear span or linear combination of these vectors is of the form a1 u1 plus a2 u2 plus a3 u3 plus a4 u4 equal to 0. Substituting, here it is of the form a1 0 minus 2a1 a1 plus 0 minus a2 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 plus minus a3 2a3 a3 0 plus 2a4 a4 minus 4a4 4a4 equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. From this, adding all these four matrices, I can write here, we will get a single matrix which is of the form a1 minus a3 plus 2a4. First row second element is 0, so it is minus a2 plus 2a3 plus a4. Second row first element is minus 2a1 plus a2 plus a3 minus 4a4. Second row last element is a1 plus a2 plus 4a4. So single matrix. RHS is another matrix 0, 0, 0, 0. So there are two equal matrices. So therefore a1 minus a3 plus 2a4 0, minus a2 plus 2a3 plus a4 0, minus 2a1 plus a2 plus a3 minus 4a4 0, a1 plus a2 plus 4a4 0. So you are having four equivalent equations. These are the four equations. Solving, we will find out a1 is the relation with the minus 3a4. Solving. Substituting, we will find a2 is minus 4. Anyhow, when we put, we will consider, just we are choosing a4 as 1 means a1 not equal to 0, a2 not equal to 0, a3 also not equal to 0. Automatically, this is what the linear combination of these vectors with the scalars. Look at all the scalars are not equal to 0. Therefore, we come to the conclusion that these the above problem is linearly dependent because all ai's from the linear combination is equal to 0 means linearly independent. Some ai's are not 0 is called linearly dependent. It is okay. This is what the definition and the corresponding problem. Now we shall see the problem. S is equal to the linear, S is equal to, S means span, is equal to collection of 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 elements with 4 from R power 4 because each entry having 4 entries, 4 elements. So it surely these elements, each element belongs to R power 4, 4 tuple. We show that S is linearly dependent and then express one of the vector in S as a linear combination of the other two. Okay, yeah. So let us check whether it is first of all we have to show it is linearly dependent. What is called linearly dependent? We can select one vector a scalar a1, a2, a3 and a4. We have to select a1 into the first vector plus a2 into the second vector plus a3 into the third vector plus a4 into the fourth vector is equal to 0, and we will show any ai's is not equal to 0 means we can answer this part, and then we will see the second part of the question. One, the same model, same problem we saw early, so it is easy. Okay, so anyway I will prove it. To show S is linearly independent, we must find scalars a1, a2, a3 and a4. It is not linearly independent, dependent. So now let us check the linear combination. A1 into the first vector, A2 into the second vector, A3 into the third vector, A4 into the fourth vector equal to 0. What is this? A1 comma 3A1 comma 4A1 comma 2A1 plus 2A2 comma 2A2 comma minus 4A2 comma 0 plus A3 comma minus 3A3 comma 2A3 comma minus 4A3 plus minus A4 comma 0 comma A4 comma 0 equal to 0. Now we can add by coordinate wise addition. We can find A1 plus 2A2 plus A3 plus 2A3 minus 4A4 comma 3A1 plus 2A2 minus 3A3 plus 0 comma third part 4A1 minus 4A2 plus 2A3 plus A4 comma 2A1 plus 0 minus 4A3 plus 0 equal to 0. This is nothing but 0 comma 0 comma 0 comma 0. So the first element is 0, second element 0, third 0, fourth. This is what these four relations, equations. Solving, we found out. So you can use calculator to solve these equations. A1, we found A1 4, A2 minus 3, A3 2, A4 0. Only one of the scalar is equal to 0. The remaining were not equal to 0. Automatically we can say this linear combination is linearly dependent. Okay, this is what the linear combination. Now second part of the question is one vector can be written as the linear combination of the others remaining. So that part which I have already explained, you can do it. With this I come to the conclusion. Please watch this video, and also if you subscribe it, I'll upload the rest of the part also. It will more help you, especially for electronics and engineers, electronics and communication engineers. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you all.
இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்ததுன்னா லைக் பண்ணுங்கள், ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள். இதே மாதிரி நிறைய வீடியோஸ் பார்க்கணுன்னா டார்ஜில் லேர்னிங் ஹப்பை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள். மறக்காமல் அந்த பெல் ஐக்கானையும் கிளிக் பண்ணுங்கள். தேங்க்யூ.